Hello, hello, hello. I'm here.
Yay.
I'm here with my friend and collaborator from Slovenia, Metka Knap.
Hey.
So where are you right now?
Right now I'm in a small cabin. I just come here in this community. It's in Slovenia, near Postojna, in my friend's place. I mean, yeah, it's called Tatanka, which means a bison, I think,
Oh,
in English. It's really cool place. There's two small houses and a yurt and compost toilets, and it's kind of like off-grid space. Um, I really like it, and but I just started to be here, so let's see how this story unfolds.
very nice. I love it when there's an opportunity to stay somewhere off grid. That's a
Yeah,
place of a friend.
yeah, it's true. It's really a blessing. I'm very happy. I feel very lucky to be able to stay here.
So you're staying there with your partner Rok, and
Yeah.
what are you guys going to do there? Are you just gonna unwind, or are you going to work on music, or just enjoy the quiet?
Yeah, altogether, I think. Also, I feel like this type of art that we do, which is folk music, I think you need to be like in an environment that kind of supports this, at least to have some nature space and um, community, like some company around you, so
Yeah.
on.
Sometimes I think one of the trickiest parts about it is that when you're in the city, you can find a lot of artists and you can find a lot of people that you can hang out with and learn about music with or perform or just jam and do art. And then when you go to nature, there's not that many people. So you have to find those places that are in nature where the few people that exist are also people who are interested in those things.
Yeah, it's true. It's so that's why I say that I feel really blessed that I find these people because it's hard to find. So I was looking for a place like this for a long time,
Yeah.
actually. So, yeah.
I hope one day that I will be one of those people and have a place also in a area that's in the in a natural setting, but also with enough neighbors that are nearby who are interested in music and art, so that you don't have to drive for an hour to see someone and talk about something
Yeah,
interesting or do some music together.
I completely understand this. Yeah, and I hope also for you. I hope for everybody that they will be have experience to have something like this in life. I really wish you good luck, Dandy.
You too, because buying a land is not cheap, and especially if it has a
Oh,
house.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
let's hope
not
though.
cheap.
Sometimes people
Yeah.
can collaborate together and get some land as a group and then they can all build some small houses on it maybe. But then you have the drama of dealing with other people and sometimes
Mhm.
those collaborations don't work out.
Yeah, but it's better to try than to live your whole life just dreaming about something, you know.
It's true.
At least if you try, you learn something from mistakes.
It's true.
Better than to just be in the system and just obey everything that is expected from you, like have a normal job and to being stuck in some city, you know. It's
That's
better to
true.
try something and take risk, in my opinion.
I agree. And even just to see what is possible. And then if you want to go back into the system, but with the knowledge that you don't need to do that because for now I'm also dealing with the system after all of my long travels. I've come back and I'm working to earn money
Mhm.
and have to do these things, but I found ways to work in the system where I still feel I have my freedom. For example, working as a substitute teacher gives me the ability to not work if I don't want to, and
Mhm.
also gives me a lot of flexibility about where I go to work. So it's easy
Mhm.
to change locations and try different environments. And
Mhm.
that's really nice for me because I do like to go to different places and not always feel
Yeah, of
stuck.
course. This is really nice.
But ultimately, I would love to save up money and buy some land somewhere and
Mhm.
be able to live on that land, but also still be able to go to a city and enjoy those things too, because they both have wonderful things. I love being in the city for being able to be around lots of art and culture and conveniences, and then I love to be in nature, to be away from people and to be surrounded by beautiful scenery and have a slower
Mhm.
life.
Mhm.
Do you balance? How do you balance that? Like you're also living, are you living also still in Ljubljana, or are you traveling fully or?
Yeah, I mean, my parents have apartment in Ljubljana, and Slovenia is really small, so everywhere that you go, you're still like close to Ljubljana.
Mhm.
So I always have this place to crash at my parents, and yeah, I still go there quite often because yeah, as a musician or as an artist, you still need to have a city. Like you will not perform in the village. Like you will travel around, go to city, work with people that live in the city. But it's really good in Slovenia because it's so small, you know. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I think yeah, in the States it must be quite different than here because Slovenia is like a 2 million country and Ljubljana is city of 250,000 residents and it's like a capital city.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and everything is super small and close to everything.
Yeah, here it's a little bit different. For example, in Kansas City, where I am,
Mhm.
it's I think it's about 350,000 in the city, and then the metro area is more about 450,000 to 500,000 people, but it's very spread out because of
Mhm.
course this is a the city when it first began, it was on the river and there was a lot of trade going up and down the river, a few rivers
Mhm.
actually, and they would be using the rivers for transport. And then as that city grew and grew and the railroads began, and then it became a hub for the railroads. So the railroad would be going through Kansas City to many different locations, and it's one of the main railroad hubs in the country. And then, of course, the highway system came and the roads, and the city has an old center where you can tell this is the original city. And then outside of it, it just expands and expands and expands, and you could drive
Mhm.
for I mean, if you wanted to go from one end all the way across to the other end, it would take definitely more than an hour in a car going on the highway. So it's a
Mhm.
very spread out place, and I think that also makes it more alienating at times because everyone is very
Mhm.
spread out. So no one's really walking to go where they want to go. They all have to drive. The
Mhm.
transportation is more limited in terms of buses and trams. There's just one tram that's expanding, but it's not very it doesn't cover much area. And the bus system is very minimal. Only the people taking the bus are people who can't afford to have a vehicle or maybe lost their license or for other
Mhm.
reasons. And the ability to just walk around and see each other is more difficult. It's it's strange, to me, after being in places where there's much more pedestrians and when people don't own cars, they just take public
Mhm.
transportation and suddenly everyone has to have a car. If you don't have a car, it's really a way a kind of it's almost like a disability. I mean, of course, it's
Mhm.
not like a physical disability, but it is a form of lack of ability to get around.
Mhm. And what about the statement that the USA is the land of opportunities? Do you feel like you have many opportunities as a musician? Do you have gigs around?
There are, I would say there's opportunities. It just depends on what kind of opportunity. I definitely don't feel like I can be a musician and earn all of my income from playing music. But then again, that's not so important to be a professional musician and have that be the only way I make money. I'm much
Mhm.
more interested to do the music that I like. And
Mhm.
if I have to make my living from music, then I'll probably be doing a lot of stuff that I'm not interested in just to stay
Mhm.
alive. But there are opportunities. There's a lot. There's so much music, even in Kansas City, which is it's not New York or LA or something like that. But there's so many talented musicians, and I'm getting to meet them and also learning the places where people play and making those connections with people. And it's taken a lot of time, though, I have to say, because when I first arrived, I thought, all right, I'm back, let's go. And then I just realized that no one cares. They don't know who I am. And no one knows me. I
Mhm.
haven't been in this town, I haven't been here for 10 years almost. So it takes time to reestablish those connections and start to make a
Mhm.
community or be a part of a community again. And I think after all the pandemic, the community has suffered almost everywhere. I don't know if it's like that in Slovenia, but there people always say when we're talking about shows or about ability to play concert or places where you can play concerts. A lot of places closed. People still don't go out as
Mhm.
much as they used to before 2020. It almost feels to me that there's so many creative people, but there's not enough people who want to enjoy that. Like there's a lot of performers, but there's no
Mhm.
audience. The audience is just this little group, and then there's so many performers.
Mhm. I don't know. I'm not sure if there is maybe a little bit since pandemics, but I don't see like very noticeable mm, change. I think
Hmm.
not sure. Probably not. Not so much change.
Hmm. Yeah, it could be based on many factors. So you feel like in Slovenia that there's a lot of art and everyone's going out to events and participating?
I mean, in Slovenia it's different because Slovenia have culture funded by government. So it's all time different. I don't know this word in English, but for artists that are legal, which I'm not still, I'm not right now. I'm not legal, but like if you're like a legal artist with the status, you can apply to the government and they can fund you to make some projects. And they are also funding like cultural institutions and stuff like that. So,
Hmm.
for example, because of the pandemics, it was some for people easier to apply for this status. So, so that means that the government kind of take this in consideration. Um, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we have much less
Yeah.
there's very much less funding for the arts from the government here. And they're even removing more of it now in the
Mhm.
a very recent bill that was passed into law. It was cutting a lot of the funding for the National Endowment of the Arts. So yeah, more funding is being cut for the arts, and there's private institutions that issue grants and things like that, but they also rely on this funding, so it's much more difficult to get that kind of funding. And most of art in music, at least, I mean, I couldn't speak about visual arts, but for music, mostly it's coming through places like bars and it's really connected to the alcohol sales where
Mhm.
if you can have an event where they can sell alcohol, then probably you can make money. If there's no alcohol, then probably they won't make money. And it's sad to say, but it feels like that.
Wow, this is really tragic to hear. Yeah, I'm sorry. But I feel like this should also be like mm, I think you should spread this word more out in the world because for many people living in Europe, it's like very normal, like to have this funding from the government, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We spend all of our money here, where it all goes is to the military budget, which is
Yeah.
insanely huge. I mean, that's
Yeah.
very important, right? To have all these bases all across the world, and I don't get it, like we
Mhm.
we don't we don't have enough to just take care of our basic needs, but we have plenty to spend on that, and it doesn't add up
Mhm.
ultimately, but I'm not the one making those decisions. So, how could you tell me
Yeah.
about
So,
could you tell me about your
mhm.
music? Like, when did you, for example, you and Rock, you guys have a project together, Esport Coordinating. Is that how are you still calling it that when you play? When did you guys,
Yeah.
when did you form that?
Oof, I think 1 year after we did our project. So I think now 3 years. Yeah, something like that, or 2.5.
I
Not
mean,
sure.
but you already had it established when I met you.
Ah, it's true, but we were not really playing together. We were only like having occasional jams, and then we recorded and we put on SoundCloud. But we at that point we were not really a band yet.
I see.
So we began to be a band when we went to Istanbul, and that's where we started to busk. We were
Mm.
busking there, and I just bought the frame drum, and Josip bought the rebab. So back then he was playing the rebab, the Turkish string instrument.
I'm having some difficulty with getting your audio. I don't know. Can
Uh
you hear
huh.
my audio okay?
Yeah. Uh huh.
It's a little bit choppy. So I'm go do you have on your phone or your device, can you do like a voice recording also, and then after you can send it to me so that way I can get the audio from that?
Okay, I can try.
Yeah,
Okay, I think it's possible. You hear me? Do you hear me?
I do.
I do. You hear me?
Yep.
Okay, now I'm recording.
Great. Excellent. Okay, thanks for doing that because yeah, I was getting a little choppy and I was worried that it won't come through. So you said so Yosef. Yeah, that's right. I forgot that he's also Yosef. Everyone has all these different names. Uh so you said you went to Istanbul and he
Mm-hmm.
he bought a rebab,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of and you had your tambourine from when we were in.
I had my tambourine. I also buy the Turkish frame drum. I buy
Uh-huh.
the bandy.
Oh, you did. That's right. So you had a bandir at Turkish Rainbow. So you went to Turkey and then you both got your magical instruments.
Kind of like that.
It does feel a little bit like, I mean, I know when I was traveling around, I really felt like I was in some role-playing game like Dungeons and Dragons, and you would find some item like this magical instrument or some piece of clothing, and it would have some
Mm-hmm.
some magic to it. You really felt the superpower. I remember having this blue, no, this purple hoodie that I wore so long, and it was just very dirty. I found it in the trash in Greece, and then I remember wearing it, and then I got a new hoodie in some squat. They had the free shop, and I was with Massimo, and
Hmm.
And I took the other one and I gave him my old one, and I'm like, this is a very powerful hoodie. It's been with me in many places, and I gave it to him. It felt really like a magic item.
Hmm. Yeah, it's how you put meaning to one object. Maybe when you are traveling, you are more open to this imaginary state, um,
Is it
because
imaginary?
everything is. I mean, it's not. You just put some extra thing to it.
Yeah. There's this concept in Germanic folklore about this Haminja, which is like a kind of magical power that is given to things because of their experience with you. So when you have a
Mhm.
special thing that's gone through your life with you, there's some kind of magical energy that comes from that connection. I mean, I know for sure that
Mhm.
I even was looking in some of my plastic bags that I have. Everyone that I know seems to keep plastic bags in some other plastic bag under their sink or somewhere to use for trash or
Mhm.
for whatever. And I used to have some, I would use these plastic bags a lot in my traveling to keep my socks separate from my shirts. And I had many plastic bags that I would use in my rucksack to organize. And I would find some of these plastic bags from like the Lidl in Serbia or something like that. And I
Mhm.
wouldn't want to throw it away because it's got that humming, yeah, it's got that energy on it, that I
Mhm.
remember taking this
Mhm.
plastic bag and this is what I would keep this item protected.
Mhm. Protected from bad spells.
Yeah, yeah, basically. Yeah. So you guys have been playing a lot. I've seen quite a few posts about your music, and you've been sharing some videos online and doing
Mhm.
some concerts. Did you play at the Floating Castle Festival?
Yes. Yeah. It's really good festival. Very recommended.
Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, it's like very famous folk festival. Like people from all over, mostly Europe, come there. It's like many different areas. Some are very organic, like in nature. There is a lot of I don't know, theater performances, or I don't know.
Puppetry?
Sorry.
Is there puppetry?
Puppets, yeah. Also, yes, yes. Like I don't know, just very very good vibe, very cool people coming there, and it's still like having this spark of artists that do this because of love for their art and the people. It's like this capitalist mindset that they do this because they want to make a whole lot of money, but it's more like people doing enjoyment and sharing with the community.
Mm. So the artists
And
and
it's happening.
they don't get paid to perform, right? It's kind of like a volunteer thing or what?
I mean, yeah, you get paid. Actually, the concept is that they have the every visitor of festival gets some coins, and then when he goes to different concerts, he gives these coins to artists which they like, and then in the on the end of the festival, like all artists collect these coins, and um, the value of the coin is set according to how much money has been made in the festival.
Hmm.
So it's like you get so much, you get that much money. I mean, the more people give you coins, the more money you get.
I see. So So
Indeed.
it's kind of like the value of one of these coins is a fraction of the entire income of the festival, and
Yeah, yeah,
and then
like
they
that.
distribute it like shares.
Yeah, like that.
But then it does favor the artists who have a lot of people who gave them coins. So I guess if someone didn't get that many coins, then so it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's not totally fair, but I think it's quite cool system because like it's very affordable for people to come to visit, and I don't know, it's really good vibe to be able to perform there.
Yeah, I would really like to go there someday and do a performance.
Sorry?
Oh, I said I would really like to go there someday and do a performance.
Yeah, I really hope that you can come.
But it will take some time because I'm working on my recording projects and I have a band now too.
Huh?
And so I need to spend some time developing those things before I leave the country again.
Mhm.
But
Very cool.
it is in my heart to go to places like Floating Castle and continue on that journey. And yeah, because we met. It was a very funny way to meet. I think it was I was staying in Albania and I was living in that military bunker, and then at the this kind of closed restaurant on the seaside, and I was being a big hermit, and I didn't spend any time with anyone hardly for like 6 months. And then we started talking on the internet. I think because you said in some Facebook group that you were interested in some places in the Balkans, and I knew some
Mhm.
places that I told you about. And then somehow randomly I get this invite to go to go to Macedonia, and
Mhm.
you also got this invitation, and so did Emre. And we ended
Mhm.
up there to play some concert at a biker bar.
It's really random
That was fun.
situation.
What was the name of that village?
Kuchani.
Kochani. Yeah, that was an interesting place because we also went to that Easter ceremony. I remember late at night,
Yeah.
and they had
Yeah,
that
the
meal.
feast, the feast at 5 in the morning.
We were staying with Vasil.
Yeah, I just met Vasil a few days ago.
Okay, yeah, because he
He
lives.
lives in Quat.
Yeah, because he lives. Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm. In Ljubljana.
nice. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was cool how he just got us all together like that. And then we played that funny concert in the biker bar, and then we began that travel. Because then after that, where did we go to? Oh yeah, we went to Skopje for a little bit
Mm-hmm.
of time, and that was fun. We started doing street music a little bit, and you were teaching me some songs that you knew, and we were doing some of these really nice songs from Serbia and Macedonia and Bulgaria.
And you
And
also teach me
then
your
we went
songs.
to and then we went
And you
to
teach me.
what?
You also teach me your songs, the Turkish ones, the Chargi songs.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. And we were doing the East Virginia blues, I remember.
Yeah. That's right.
I like that one. I've been learning a lot of folk music here now, so that's been one thing I've been enjoying. I started playing banjo, so I have a banjo now.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you want to show
Been
us
learning banjo.
something?
Let's see. I have to try this live performance. See if, okay. Let's see. Actually, it's hard for me to think of something to play right now. I'm on the spot, but um,
Wow, really cool. Thank you.
yeah, I would love to bring that with me sometime. But you know how it is traveling with instruments. You can only take a few.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, um, yeah, I've been playing banjo and I've been playing fiddle, also violin. So these are instruments that are very popular in a lot of the folk music here. So I wanted to study those. Especially violin is really nice. Fiddle, they call it the fiddle. So the violin is like the name for it as an orchestral instrument, but the fiddle is like the way that it's played in the folklore. And I guess one of the jokes
Mm-hmm.
is that the way you can tell the difference between a violin and a fiddle is that the fiddle has beer spilled on it.
Heard the what? The
The fiddle has beer spilled on it.
uh-huh.
Yeah, it's the same object, but very different the way it's
Uh-huh.
played. So that's been fun to learn those instruments. I think for learning melody also is really nice the to play the fiddle for
Mm-hmm.
understanding that.
What
And
about the Salzbush?
what was that?
What about Salzbush?
Oh, the Sazbush. Yeah, I have the Sazbush, but the thing is that I don't have enough people who are playing that music around me, so it's hard for me to have interest in it right now because I want to spend time playing with people. But I do have Sazbush, I have Balama, I even have Oud, and I started to meet
Mm-hmm.
people in Kansas City who
Oh.
do know about some Turkish music and Arabic music. Uh, and I also found the Slavic festival and I did some performance with some friends there recently. So we were playing some of the
Wow.
Slavic songs. But it's very slow to find these people because it's not so well known.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do have those. I was playing Balama a little bit recently just to remember. The Salzbush is fun, but I feel like yeah, I'm more like the Balama because I'm familiar with it. Salzbush, the tuning, I feel like I wish I had a tambura actually. Do you guys have a tambura now?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Makedonsko tambura or Makedonska?
No, it's I think it's from Slovenia, a region called Bela Krajina. It's like the south of Slovenia. This is where they have like a tambura orchestra, which are also in Croatia. So it's like many different kinds of tamburas also existing. Yeah.
So how many strings does that one have?
This tambura, I can show it. You
Okay.
want to show me to
Yeah,
show it? Okay.
sure.
This one has 4 strings. You see something? Yeah, it looks like this.
Okay.
Like this.
So are they two double?
Yeah.
So you have basically like how do you tune it usually? Do you
Um.
tune it to re? La re? La
Uh.
re?
I don't know because I don't use la or do re mi fa sol la ti do.
Okay. A and D.
I'm not sure because we were changing something about the tuning, and actually, Josef is playing more the tambura. So maybe he knows better. He knows more the technical stuff. I'm mostly a singer.
Well, the frets look very interesting up
But
there. Look at those frets. They're like,
yeah,
is that how it was designed?
yeah,
Wow,
it has a little bit of this microtonal sound when you
interesting.
play.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I never saw that before.
yeah, it's really cool. But right now it's not in. It's out of tune right now. I can't show.
I know.
Sorry.
It's cool.
Sorry.
But it's nice to see it. I really think
Yeah.
that's a great kind of instrument. Yeah, I would love to get a tamburo because when I was playing the Slavic festival, I was using my guitar, which is fun. I like to play guitar, but I think to have a Slavic instrument, even to play using balama to play like Balkan songs is kind of funny because it's a Turkish instrument, and so it's kind of like there's so much history with Turkey and also the Slavic cultures in the Balkans that to play the Balkan song with Turkish instrument maybe is kind of weird.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. Hmm.
so we're coming back to our story. We were traveling together and we did our little concert. We were in Skopje for a while. Then we separated from our friend and we went to see Fuji in in Serbia at the meditation center Mook.
Hmm.
That was a pretty
Hmm.
that was a very productive time.
Hmm.
It was like a not just
Yeah, it was
meditation.
really.
Oh, you go.
Hmm. Yeah, I really like this place because it was really intense. This traveling around, being all the time around people and changing the place where we sleep. And there, I think I could finally like have some good rest and really relax myself. And fortunately, also Fuji was teaching us the Buddhist meditation, and I think it really done us something good.
It's true. I
I don't
remember
know how you feel.
it was like the
Yeah.
first morning we had to wake up at 5 a.m. and sit
Yeah.
with the blankets in our laps in the small meditation studio. And I
Hmm.
remember my foot falling asleep a lot and thinking,
Hmm.
I will never get rid of my thoughts.
Hmm.
But I guess that's
But after
normal.
3 days.
Yeah, it was incredible actually how meditating so much it can change your whole mindset outside of
Hmm.
meditation.
Hmm. True.
And it definitely put us into a space of creativity for with music because we also had um, some really nice jams and collaboration experiences during the in between time from the meditation workshops.
Hmm.
That was fun. I liked making that music video for Crniochi.
Hmm.
It's pretty good. I show that to
Very
people.
fun.
I show it to people sometimes, you know, because kids they like it too. It's kind of because it's kind of funny. It's fun to
Hmm.
see their reaction. It's got a lot of the humor of the lazy guy,
Hmm.
the the lazy guy getting punished. And then we also made our video. We made our song Izgrejala. More Izgrejala.
More Izgrejala
Yeah,
mesečina.
More Izgrejala. Yeah, great. Yeah, Sino Mesachina. And it's a song about the moon, right? It's like I was
It's
asking
about
food.
a girl.
It's about what?
It's about a girl that the
I,
moonlight. Um, the song says that this girl is as beautiful as the moonlight. That's why some guy kidnap her, and he take her with him to the mountains.
Yeah, it's always got to be like that in these kinds of songs, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so is that Hostoyan Krivorechan? Is that the guy who kidnapped her?
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
So, but what is More Odvedegu? Do you remember what that is?
He takes her.
Oh, okay. That's why Fuji didn't want to talk about it, probably.
Uh-huh.
Because I asked him, and he's like, well, these words, you know, they're hard to explain. I think because he's a monk, he didn't want to talk about it uh too directly because it's like such a
Mhm.
topic. Maybe that's funny.
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of songs like that in American folklore too, like Polly Pretty Polly, come go along with me together before we get married, some pleasure for to see. And then the guy goes and takes her to the forest, and then he kills her. There's all these stories like that, like all these songs about girls. Usually it's like a girl goes with the boy to the forest and then he kills her. That's a very common
Mhm,
topic. I think they did it to
mhm.
scare girls from going into the woods with boys. They didn't want them to get pregnant.
Hmm. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. But that was fun to make that song and record it and we had our little band together with us, Yumi and Fuji and Vargan and make a little video project.
Hmm.
I have some other recordings too of us like doing all these drone vocalizations. You remember that one day where we were just like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good
yeah,
times.
yeah. I think I have it. It's like almost 20 minutes long. And we also had a great time after that because that's right, because we were in the meditation center and we met
Massimo.
Massimo and he offered to drive us to, oh yeah, because I had the invitation to go to Prague for the busking festival. And so I asked you if you wanted
Mhm.
to go and do that as a performance together, and you agreed. And then Massimo asked if we wanted to go in his car. And so then we created the group with him, and we went in that little tiny Zastava, this little tiny Yugo, like a very small
Yeah,
car that ran on LPG gas. And we put all our things in
yeah,
there.
this was yeah, it was funny how we went in like a silent retreat and we were silent for the whole week and then we went like 3 days before the festival. We barely practiced anything and we just said, okay, now we're a band. Let's pack everything in this super tiny car and let's go 1,000 kilometers north to Prague.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah, I think we stopped over in Bratislava and did like one rehearsal and made some photographs to have
Yeah,
some band photos and then we were in Prague sleeping on the floor of the those musicians' house and we had those gigs just playing on the street. Yeah.
yeah. Very gypsy life.
It was really spontaneous. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then after you went back to Slovenia and I stayed with him for another few weeks and we were just we found a place where we could camp in the forest by this lake and we were going and playing in that tunnel all the time and going around and just staying out all night and going to different bars and parties and things. It was a
Hmm.
it was yeah, we had some experiences with Massimo. Because he's a very quiet guy, you know. And then here I am
Yeah.
taking him on this wild trip. And he fell in love a lot. He fell in love with every girl. I can't blame him though. Yeah, it was cute. It was just like every time I'm like, don't worry, man. It'll be all right.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's easy to fall in love with everyone that you meet on the road, I guess, when you're hopeful and lonely and just like when you're a couple guys just traveling together and it's just like so exciting when someone will like give you any attention. So I can see how people get excited.
Mm,
But
yeah.
yeah. So but then we had our concert in Ljubljana. I remember that because he and I came and we
Yeah.
stayed we stayed in the dormitory.
Yeah. In the small room, like 10 rainbows sleep on the floor.
It was pretty nice. It was very hot, but you know, it was we didn't stay there in the daytime, but uh yeah, that was fun too. I also really like doing the street music in Ljubljana. That's a great place for
Hmm.
street music. Do you do that still, or is that something that you don't do very much of?
We don't do as much as we would like. Um, yeah, but we have all the times problems with one guy who's the harmonica in the main square. He's very active guy and like claiming the spot, the best spot.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's the problem when it becomes like your only way of having money is that people get very
Mhm.
territorial and then they're not really acting kind or generous and they start to be strange about things.
Uh,
Territorial.
yeah.
Well, fair enough. That concert was really fun though. I don't think we got any video, but I do have a recording of it. I think I didn't listen to it for a long time. I should because I think we probably have some good takes on it.
Hmm. Yeah, it was really for me very
Yeah.
good experience to make music with you and Massimo. Because also like about you that you're a very easygoing person and I don't know you rarely stress about I mean you have the skill to stay calm in situation which is yeah stressful. I don't know. I like to work with people that
Hmm.
are like open-minded and
Oh,
relaxed.
well, thank you. I don't notice that about myself, but maybe it's as a
Yeah,
feature I developed.
yeah, very good skill.
Yeah. I think being just going without having a home base for such a long time made me realize that I had to relax because it's otherwise if you're stressing about everything all the time, it's not it's not comfortable. Like
Yeah, of
I really
course.
don't want it. I
And you're
don't
not
want stress.
fixing anything. Stress doesn't fix anything.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. But it's a signal that that people get and then suddenly they're reacting to it. But maybe also the meditation practice helps with that to respond to the signal rather than just react.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so then after that concert, we didn't see each other for a little bit, but then we found our way to the rainbow in in Serbia.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was also a really special time
Yeah,
too.
this really, yeah, very magical place in the mountains. Toplido was very cool village,
Yeah, there's
very
like
impressive.
really nice little that little stream, but there was just enough water that people could just put themselves underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then people would hang and then they would go and they would get the sun in that small meadow next to it. I remember that was a nice thing to do in the heat of the day. Yeah, the rainbow. Did you go to Rainbow recently?
Yeah, there was just a rainbow. Sorry, I have interruption now. Yeah, there was rainbow now in Slovenia. In Slovenia, in Kučevska, in the south of the country, there's a lot of forest and bears. They fish.
Yeah. Take your pause for a minute. It's okay.
Sorry. Okay, sorry. So yeah, this was rainbow right now in Slovenia. Very good rainbow. It's like a European singing gathering. And yeah, it was after 4 years in Slovenia. First rainbow.
It was a singing gathering.
Yeah, so it was very international, like a Central European gathering.
Cool. And it was about music
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, it should be, but it was not like any other rainbow. It was not more music or
Oh,
something.
okay. Yeah, I mean, there's always music at Rainbow.
Yeah, but it was quite like a very good rainbow, like really cool one. Like at the
Mhm.
full moon, around 170 people, and they build a huge
Nice.
teepee. And we had music temple. Mirce from Romania brought the music temple. Um, yeah,
Nice.
we miss
Nice.
Dandelion, the rainbow family.
Oh,
I miss it. Yeah. There was a rainbow that just happened recently here, and it was only maybe about 6 hours away from me, but I didn't get to make it this time. So uh I'm starting to really miss it though, and I want to go. So it's in my future that I will go back to Rainbow. I need to get in touch with the
Mm-hmm.
Rainbow family here in the States and spend some time with them and see
Mm-hmm.
what's going on.
Yeah, there
see
must
what's
be a
going
lot of
on.
them in the States.
Yeah, it's like it's got its own character and it's quite different than the international gatherings, but I think that's probably why it's important that I can go there because I've experienced both of these sides and that then to bring some more connection back between them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it. But it'll happen. When it happens, it happens, right? It's like it finally calls you and you can't resist.
Yeah,
Have you kept in touch with any other friends from the past? Did you see Irene? Do you know her?
she come to Rainbow now.
Yeah, Italian.
Yeah, she comes there every year. She comes to Floating Castle.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I saw recently that she was in Ljubljana.
Yeah.
She and I had some adventures too. It was like yeah, we were definitely we were traveling together for a period of time and doing street music in Istanbul and staying in the same
Hmm.
place and getting into arguments a lot. We were like I mean she's lesbian, so we were like married couple, but we're like not together.
Hmm.
But we both always had
Hmm.
crushes on the same girls. It was
Hmm.
funny. It was like everyone that she liked, I liked, and then it was always kind of competition. But we got along, but we were always really grumpy to one another too. It was funny.
Hmm.
It's like that, I think, traveling together sometimes where you're just so grumpy, but you love the person, but you're always just annoyed with each other.
Like a married couple.
Yeah, basically. Like you're stuck together, but you handle it, but it's also annoying, but it's okay.
Hmm.
So what's in the future with you and Joseph? Are you doing some recording or are you going to release some music or anything like that?
Right now in the summer we have a lot of concerts because the season is on. And then Josip goes to record about his instrument, about the kemene. It's like
Film,
a film,
documentary.
documentary film. The kemene is this instrument from Macedonia that is going extinct. So he will go to record it, and then I hope that in the winter time we will record our music to make first album or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's see. I'm very hopeful that this will happen.
Yeah, you've been playing together now for some time and you've done enough performances. I think it's really nice to have some time together before recording because you can start to really feel how everything works together when you have that time. Like after we were, when we first started to play together, we didn't know what we were doing, but by the end of it, we had really solid set of music because we'd gone through it a lot of times. So I guess it's
Hmm.
really, uh, practice. practice, continuous practice makes things flow better. Although it's easy, I think, to also get sometimes in a group, if you only do the same material always, and it can get really stagnant and boring. If when you don't add
Mm-hmm.
changes and you don't explore new things or try something different.
Yeah, I think if it's a live project, you always need to have some innovation, trying things fresh, but also rehearsing the old stuff. So just doing a lot of music.
Yeah, I try to keep learning new songs. And I'm also writing a lot more now. I'm in some groups that do songwriting, so that's been fun to write more songs. And I think this year I wrote maybe 10 songs. I don't know if I like them all, but it's just nice to be writing more songs lately. And and then also working and playing with other people is also really interesting because then you can discover how to do the arrangement and how to have the instruments coming and going and what they play and things like that is also really an interesting. It's like a jigsaw
Mm-hmm.
puzzle. Did you do
Mm,
you so
nice.
you're gonna play with a percussion guy and then you and Josef, do you ever play with other people too?
Yeah, right now we opened a little bit with Dejan because he plays the traditional Macedonian percussion called tapan, and it's really suitable for what we do because we try to do very traditional, authentic stuff. Um, I mean, yeah, it's still it's not completely like traditional. It's just like very inspired. Like we try to have the old instruments to have sound that is like really good, sounds old. Yeah, and the tapan really fits well with what we do.
Yeah, I like it. It has because it's like a big bass drum, and then you have one hand that's playing more like the low notes, and then the other hand has these sort of sticks that's playing much
Mhm.
more high sounds. So it's a full percussion instrument. It's almost like a drum set for a rock band or something like that with the spectrum,
Mhm.
except it doesn't have any cymbals.
Yeah, it's quite loud. It's people use it for the dance, for oro, when they dance in the circle.
Hmm. Yeah, I bet you Tapan and also like Gaida or something like these
Mhm.
that together is probably
Yes.
like the combo for like a festival or a wedding or something like that to have the bagpipes
Yeah.
and the drum is very loud. And I can imagine if you're doing something more
Mhm.
quiet, then the person playing has to be restrained. They can't just go crazy.
Yeah.
And you also do some other work as well, in like visual work, painting, graphic design kind of stuff. Are you keeping up with that?
Yeah, I had some pause now. Like now that I have a new base to live, it's easier to make some art. Because for my creative process, like I really need to have peaceful place, safe place in nature somewhere. So now hopefully I continue with my drawings.
Hmm. Yeah, I know how you feel. I think that's part of why I don't want to do much traveling now because I need to be stationary. When you're always moving around, then all of your creative energy is going to figuring out where you're going to sleep, where you're going to eat, all those things, and
Yeah,
trying to understand the situation. But then when you're in one place, you can free up that creative energy to going on your working on projects and things like that.
yeah, that's true. Very true.
Well, I really appreciate the artwork that you did for me for my project, And every time I have a business card that has the fox on it, and every time I give it to someone, they're very impressed. So I tell them that you made it.
Mm. It matches your vibe?
I think so. I think so. I'm like
Mhm.
I'm doing some research now about how to make a website for my music, and I'm looking at some of these options that exist, and I'm starting to realize now that I could probably use that material in a very nice way with this these website development program. I don't know, this service, because I'm not really a web developer, but I'm looking now at like some of these
Mhm.
options where you can host your music and information about yourself on a website and make it look aesthetic. Because I know if I was going to make a website completely by myself, it would be like something from 1992. It would,
But
it wouldn't be
that
very
is
good.
cool.
It could be cool.
This is retro stuff.
It's true. I've seen that. Do you ever do web design?
Very rarely. I mean, for mm, for the past times, I was a little bit like abandoning work that I do on computer because it was feeling really. It was taking a toll on my body. Like I had some headache and my back hurt. So I try to avoid to have too much job with the computer.
Do you like to work with more traditional media now, like
Yeah,
sketchbook and stuff like that?
yeah, yeah, better.
Yeah, you can use your whole body, and you can put it in different ways, like on the wall or on the floor or on the easel, or like with the computer, and you're kind of it starts to
Yeah,
do this leaning forward thing.
yeah,
Maybe get stuck.
exactly.
Well, what do you have any other things that are coming up in the future besides all these concerts and festivals and things like that?
Um, yeah, I have another band that is called Grunt. It's like combination of folk and rock music, and we are planning also to record some new songs and also maybe to have some like video, music video. So a lot
Nice.
of stuff going on right now.
Grunt.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I
It
saw some
means
clips.
Cool.
Grunt
Yeah, I
means
saw some clips.
Grunt means like farming property in Slovenian.
Oh,
Because in
But
English
also
it's like
because in
grunting, like
English it's like grunting, like.
yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so it's like a old property. And it also means thinking.
Hmm. Okay.
But that doesn't
Okay.
make so much sense to you because yeah, it's very like only Slovenians can get it. Like the word game.
Like you're farming for ideas or something like that.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Like cultivating.
Yeah.
I could see it. I like that. Yeah, I like mixing things up a little bit. It's fun. I mean, it's fun to have a pure folk project where you're keeping those traditional values, but then it's also nice to mix things up and have different elements coming together and seeing how they interact. I'm playing a lot of electric guitar
True.
right now, so that's been kind of fun to start using electric guitar instead of acoustic instruments, and playing with a full band. It's a different style, a different vibe. I can see Joseph
Mhm.
in the mirror.
Hey.
Hi. It's so cool that you guys are able to stay there and have some time in a natural setting.
Yeah, I was really missing this.
Well, I'm glad for you. I think that's about enough for the interview. If you're ready, we can finish up and I'll let you go about the rest of your evening because it's probably what time is it there now? It's probably
10 past
Probably
10.
yeah. So it's getting late.
Yeah, a little bit.
You have any special final messages or anything you'd like to share with people who want to tap into their creative selves or to become more liberated in their world?
I think follow your heart and everything else um, will will align. But sometimes you need some time. But if you are brave, everything will come in the right place.
Hmm,
I think
hmm,
something like that.
I like that. I have a one that I like to say to people sometimes is like everybody has a parachute, but it doesn't open until you jump out of the airplane.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
you don't know how you will be supported until you actually commit yourself to the task.
That's true. Very true. Also, sometimes your work needs a lot of time before it gets acknowledged.
hmm.
Like many artists work very hard for many years before they become they can live from their work. So it takes time. Like the seed needs time to become a flower, and then also the flower needs some time to make the fruit. So just be
That's true.
patient and be committed to what you love to do.
Sometimes it even takes longer than the artist's life.
Exactly.
Yeah, we never know. We never know when it's gonna catch on or if it ever will. And I guess also things that are really popular and famous right now maybe will not be remembered in some period of time too. So it's important
Yeah,
to have that humility and realize that everything we do is just very momentary and
temporary.
temporary and that I think that's what I like about the folk tradition a lot is that these songs have existed for so long that you know that this song has a power to it. It has a it has that it's been touched by many different singers and many different instruments and it's changed and it's been growing and it's always transformed, but it's still that song and it maybe is for hundreds of years going on. And I think that's pretty cool.
Hmm. Yeah, true. It's like a glimpse of the past.
Yeah.
It's like the spirit of the people and the land.
And hopefully it's bringing and transmitting information from the past through the present to create the future that we want.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, here's to that. Here's to more growth, more development. I wish you guys really good success on your endeavors playing music together. It's really cool to see the development of your projects, and I'm looking forward to seeing some more documentation and
Hmm.
hopefully in the future do some more collaboration also. We had some more
Hmm.
songs that we worked on together, so we could maybe do another transatlantic digital collaboration at some
Yeah.
point.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we can try. Thank you, Dandy. I also wish you the same.
Yeah.
All the best with your music and with your visions, and I hope your wishes come true.
Wonderful. Well, and then thanks you and everyone who's listening or watching. And I would love to receive that audio from you when you're done.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. Well, Metka, and Joseph. You guys have a good night. It was good to see you guys.
Bye.
Bye.